Good morning, Twitch. Welcome back to another episode of We'll Do It Live. This is episode 154. Today we are going to do a poll day. So let's go ahead and get started. How are y'all doing this wonderful morning? Hopefully everybody's all up and live. I know it's early. I know that's what quite a few of y'all are not the biggest fans of, but the show must go on. So let's get started. Poll day. Ain't nothing good like a poll day. So we'll talk. I'll wait for the normal crowd to shuffle in. That'll do. Perfect. Oh, I'm feeling good. Got good sleep for once. Alright, that was 26, it's pretty good. Good start, good start. Actually, I don't need to worry about the bugs anymore. It is now mid-October and it is about 50 degrees outside, so it's too cool for them to want to be out and about right now. They're all hiding, which is really nice. I missed that. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, two bots that are in here. I'll take it. Now that I think about it, I've always been wondering what the difference is. There's a discrepancy between, like, when my peak numbers show up on my Twitch streams, like on Twitch's official stream recap, versus the numbers that I actually see while we're live. And I think what it is while we're live, it counts the bots, and when we're not live, like with the summary, Twitch takes the bot numbers off. Between grief and nothing, I will take grief, because Saturday is going to be hell from 3:30 to 9 p.m. Excuse me for a minute, y'all. I need water. All right. Take it a little bit easier for a moment. Had a little acid reflux there. Volbill, you're talking about, oh gosh, yeah, y'all play Alabama this weekend. Look, let me tell you something. We suck. A&M is terrible this year, and we played them to within a point. And yeah, I get that Jalen Milroe is clearly not Bryce Young, but Alabama is a flawed football team. If Tennessee plays properly, they could do it. I'm not saying they will, but y'all have a better chance this year than y'all have had in a very long time. Even if you lose close to them, it'll still be this is going to be a very good litmus test for Rocky Top. Speaking of Rocky Top, actually, Vol Bill, while I have you here, I'm going to be up in Knoxville probably on October 29th if you want to hang out. Potentially early October 30th as well. So keep that in mind. So we did 26 on the first one. That was a pretty good set. Let's do another. That's 18. That's not bad. That's 26 and 18, 44 to start with. feel like ref ball is going to help Bama because the NCAA is part of the Nick Saban Kiss My Ass Club. Okay, Volville, take your orange sunglasses off for a moment because, well, I do think Alabama gets more breaks than they probably should. As an A&M fan, especially with that last play that might have been pass interference, although it wasn't a catchable ball, so I blame Jimbo for poor play calling on that one. But there's one team and one team only that gets way more breaks from the referees within the SEC than anyone else. It's not even close, and it's always Auburn. You know what I'm talking about. Auburn always seems to get stupid penalties in their favor. What's up, Brianna? Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I believe we're almost at 15. We hit 15 viewers. Egg whites, we hit 25. Handstand push-ups. Y'all know the drill by this point. I've explained it God knows how many times. We're feeling good this morning. I got pretty decent sleep. I was actually able to get to bed around 10, which means I got close to almost 9 hours of sleep. And the only thing that woke me up in the night was I got this vicious cramp in my calf around like 4 in the morning. Do any of y'all ever get like night cramps? Like all of a sudden your legs will cramp up at night? The trouble is, I know what that means. It means I didn't drink enough water and I consumed too much salt. But if I drink more water than that, I have to get up to pee a million times through the night. So if one of y'all has a solution to that, I'd be all ears. Anyway, let's do this. So that was a set of 26 and a set of 18, so it's 44 and 2. But I'm going way too slow. I need to speed up. Get a catheter egg? Ew, no. What if I toss and turn at night and the catheter comes out or stabs me in my junk, man? I don't want that shit. No. The fuck, dude? What the fuck? Even if we met, I would be very tired because I work at night. That sucks. Even on Saturdays? Because the 29th is the Saturday, and then the 30th is a Sunday. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go try and meet up with Sano on the Discord, and then the night, I'll hang around Knoxville that night, and then Sunday I'm going to head to Atlanta. I have some work-related business in Atlanta, so I'm going to actually go on a business trip. Add potassium to the diet, it balances with the sodium. That could be it. Maybe it's not enough potassium. I haven't been eating as many bananas as I'd like to because the macros aren't great on them. They're pretty much just carbs and sugar, but they are really good for you. Maybe I'm a bit potassium deficient. That might be it. I'll probably pick up some bananas at the store then. Plus, bananas are a really good dessert anyway. They taste delicious. Who doesn't like bananas? Better yet is banana pudding. Now that's very much a bulk cycle item, but good southern banana pudding might be the most delicious thing in the world. Oh, it's so good. All right, so that was 26, 18, 15, so that's 26, 44, 59, and 3 sets. God, we're killing it today. Although we're not going quickly, we're getting a lot of reps. 1, 2, 3, up. do. That's our fourth set. I think that was 16 there. So that'd be 26, 44, 59, 75 in 4 reps. That's awesome. Now I need to move the camera because y'all need to see. Good morning, Night Owl. Good morning, Bull. I just want to keep my sleep schedule balanced even though I'm a vampire to health. Yes, that's the problem. I'm a lark. I have to be for my job. My job's working hours are typically around 6:30 in the morning or even 6 in the morning to about 4:30 to 5 in the afternoon. So, to put it mildly, I have no choice but to get up early and stay getting up early. There we go. Yeah, I know. Volbill, you're a big part of... What's up, Bowser? Good to see you in chat. I see you there. I know, yeah, you're a big part of the sports disaster with Helv and Reckoning and those guys. I wish you all the best on that one. But yeah, Anna, that's probably really good advice, actually. Potassium might not be the worst idea. So I get about everything else. I'm just trying to think of what high potassium foods have I had recently. No, I thought about putting potatoes into my stew last night, and then I decided not to do it. Potatoes are high in potassium, but I didn't eat them. Maybe that's why. Yeah, it's probably not enough potassium. It's probably exactly what it is. Good morning, Night Owl. Good morning, Senix. And good morning, Bowser. Oh, so good to see all y'all. Yeah, well, Senix, so you may have missed this earlier. I was talking about it. I actually slept pretty well, but I cramped up in the middle of the night, and Anna suggested that it might be that I'm not getting enough potassium. I think she might be onto something. I think she might be right. You're Charles Barkley on that show, are you, Volbill? That's, why are you insulting yourself like that? I thought you were more intelligent than that, because Charles Barkley went to Auburn, and, well, that joke kind of just tells itself. The round mound of bitterness, who thinks the city of Cleveland is terrible. All right. So that was 4 sets, 75 reps. So now we got 4 sets on this, 2 overhand, 2 underhand. This is where you build the calluses. And by the way, fellow men in the group, women, I think calluses are great, honestly. But I get why there are maybe some societal stigmas against it. Men, if you don't have calluses on your hand, work harder. Calluses are a sign that you do actual physical labor. And that's good. You want that. 2, 3, go. Losing my grip. Sitting here banging on about calluses, and my calluses didn't do enough for me there. So how's y'all's, I guess this is usually, I think, probably the lowest viewer availability stream because it's technically a lot of people still work on Fridays. I work a 4-day work week, but I have to work longer hours. So like this is my off day. Friday is the day where I do all my trading on the stock market, which is why we do Financial Fitness Fridays, which we will, of course, do after the lift. And then today, I need to clean up the house. I'm finally going to be able to get over to the recycling yard where I can drop off all the concrete from the power blocks and all the other boxes. Speaking of, I need to check my Amazon because the additional weights I bought for these power blocks still haven't shown up, which means I'm limited to 70 pounds on these instead of the 90 pounds I want. For those of you who deal in metric, that's 31 kilos and 41 kilos. Senix, is this lighting though? Is the lighting good? Is it bad? I see the clip. I'm hoping that means the lighting's good. So it's 85 and 5 reps now. It's great. Yay, awesome. That makes me happy to hear. Oh, by the way, y'all, give Senix some love because I think we're gonna start overhauling the channel emojis, and he refined the artwork for the channel page, or rather he's continuing to refine it, and it looks amazing, and I'm just really thankful that Senix showed up to my channel. So if he doesn't do a whole lot of Twitch, but if you want to see a really, really great artist, go give my boy Senix Mikesy here a follow. He's pretty great. And if you're ever looking for good artwork, definitely hit him up. He's very much worth the money he charges. Especially because now he's a really great bargain too, because he's British and the pound is worth nothing these days. You can get his art for, peanuts. You can get his art for a song. I had to take a pot shot at you there, Senix. I can't just be nice the entire time. Where's the fun in that? That's 12, so that's 97 in 6 sets. We'll do 2 more of those. Let's see, today we have shrugs. See, I would love to do dumbbell shrugs with the 90s, but doing them with 70s is not enough weight. So we're gonna have to do them with trap bar or straight bar, which means we're gonna have to put the belt on, and I know actually quite a few of y'all like that anyway, so I guess it's not the worst thing. Although there's no reason I couldn't do it with the belt on. I think I did trap bar last time, so I think I'm gonna do straight bar this time. I think that's how I'm gonna do that. Actually, the other thing I'd rather do is put in the guards for that. I mean, yeah, the pound is in dire straits. I think the pound is almost at price parity with the dollar now. A dollar is worth just about, as near as makes no difference, 1 pound. I don't think that's been the case since, what, the 70s? I mean, and the last time Britain was in straits this dire economically, they had to go to the IMF for a bailout in 1976. I mean, the Sex Pistols had a lot of reason to write what they did. The UK was fucked up in the 70s, and it looks like, well, rather unfortunately, Britain is making some of the same mistakes they made back then. Whatever y'all do, and I like watching the British succeed. Y'all have, there's a special relationship between the two countries. I don't like y'all's monarchy because, that's kind of the reason America exists, is we didn't want to have a queen or a king anymore. But also because you guys tax tea too much. But the British have given us quite a lot over the years. But so stay away from, what I would tell you is stay away from Corbynite policies. That's going to drag you back to the 70s in a way that you don't want. I'm not saying you got to go full Thatcher, but I don't think Liz Truss is the answer. But compared to Jeremy Corbyn, Liz Truss could be a lot worse. I think what y'all need is someone in the middle of those two. All right, so that was 6 sets. We did 12 on that, so we're 97 reps. So we have 2 more sets to go. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, hook. All right, that's 7 sets and 108. We're gonna put the bar on here. I think we'll do shrugs, and then we'll do low bar rows. and then we'll go from there. We gatekeep tea. It still amuses me. No idea who might like that. Anna, couldn't possibly imagine. You're not the only one, Anna, I will say. I have had people actually tell me in their DMs in my DMs, they really like me with the belt. Lots of people actually, both on Twitch Whispers and Discord DMs, which, hey, I'm okay with it. It hides up the abs a little bit, but you know, y'all see the abs the rest of the time. Get some more water. So that's 6 sets, and then we're gonna have our curl game be strong today. We're gonna do lots of curls, I'm thinking. And then, what else are we gonna do today? I don't know, I'm feeling good. Maybe I'll do some jump ropes, do something else. If y'all have ideas, hit me up. Oh, and if y'all get a hype train going, of course I will do clap push-ups. And if we hit 25, I don't think we're gonna hit that today, but if we have 25 viewers in chat, y'all get handstand push-ups. So there is that. Where were we? Oh, right. Yeah, 7 reps, or 7 sets, and that was 108 reps. So, yeah. Well, it wasn't even that you gatekeep tea. You didn't prevent the tea from going to the United States. It's just you demanded an outrageous number of taxes on it. And, well, as Americans, we don't like that. We generally prefer lower taxes and less government than most other developed nations, for better or for worse. You know, our healthcare system's a tire fire. I will acknowledge that. But, you know, there are some European countries where you're getting taxed 50, 60% of your income, and that's too high for me. I don't think I could stomach getting taxed that much. Hell, back in the 60s and 70s in Britain, it was even worse. The Beatles wrote the song Taxman in 1966 because George Harrison, who wrote the song, was getting taxed at a 95% bracket. What the fuck? No one should ever get taxed that high. I don't care how much money you're making. That's insane. That is robbery. That is government robbery right there. Nobody should ever be taxed at 95%. That's just abusive. I mean, at 95%, what's the incentive to continue working? Oh, you get 5% of whatever you make? Joy. No, fuck that. I'll take my time and just go, like, at that point, I'll probably just leave the country. If I was ever going to be if I was ever going to get taxed that high, I would just leave. I would change my citizenship. Thankfully, that will never happen in the United States. I guess the only time it ever got that close in the United States was during World War II, but that's an extenuating circumstance right there. I don't think we're going to ever have that level of taxation again. At least I sure hope to hell we don't. Oh, that would be bad. All right, last set on pull-ups. Here we go. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 108 plus 12, so 120 reps on 8 sets. That's pretty good, actually. That's averaging 15 reps per set. It's pretty solid. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, what we got to do is load up the bar. Next, we're going to do some shrugs. Okay. What we got? Popcorn, Seth Handsome. Hope you have a great workout. Thank you. The NHS makes a lot of it worth it. Yeah, medical debt gets really bad in the United States. You know, I had that surgery that I told you all about not too long ago. That was maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. No, a little, not quite, about 10 days ago. And right This is an extremely easy procedure, very non-invasive. I still had to pay out of pocket $800, and I had to drive all the way to Florida to do it. Had I wanted to stay local, it would have been almost $2,000, which is absurd. There's no justifiable reason for that. But that's how the healthcare industry here is in the United States. It's bad, frankly. It is inexcusably bad. But I don't know. I like single payer when it comes to healthcare. The problem is, in this country, we have too many people who are not willing to get in shape, and as a result, our healthcare expenses would be a lot higher than any European country because we have more health problems, frankly. We have far more fat people. We do have less smokers in general, but we do have quite a lot of heavy drinkers. Thank you very much for the positive words there, Popcorn. And now we're going to actually move this to here. And technically speaking, I don't need the belt for this, but I know quite a few of my fans like it, and I like making my fans happy, so belt on. Although, I actually think I may need to, there we go, back up camera. There we go. Think that'll do? Yeah. No, I'm gonna need to change the angle just a touch. There we go. Think that'll be about right? We'll find out. It's always a bit of a trial and error at first with this angle. 1, 2, 3. This is 250 pounds. Alright. That's the first set. That's pretty good. Maybe I can lower the camera just a touch. There we go. Just a little. Maybe. There we go. It's so hard to get the angle just right on these. I think while I do those, I'm gonna rep out some bicep curls too. Means I'm going to throw, let's start with 40s and see how that feels. All right. Sonic says the belt somehow gives the superhero Dorito body type, makes the chest and shoulders look broader. Interesting. So yeah, it kind of gives you the V. But tighten it a notch. It's amazing how much tighter I'm able to get this belt around me now. After having lost the weight that I have. By the way, y'all may notice the title is 10,000 calories to go. So we've talked about my cut cycle a lot on this channel. I started at 229 pounds. That is about 102, 103 kilograms. I currently weigh 200, as of this morning, 202.6 pounds. So I have lost 27 pounds, or maybe 12 kilograms since July 1st. And that's, let's see, that would be 202 pounds is, I think, 90, like 94, 95 kilograms, something like that. I'd need 2 belts. But yeah, where the 10,000 calories bit comes in is body fat percentage. Let me do another set and I'll explain that. 1, 2, 3. Oh. So, body fat percentage, I started at 19.6% body fat, and I'm now, as of today, hit a brand new low of 13.45%. So, we have 1.45% body fat to go. At 202 pounds, that is about 2.93 pounds of body fat. Multiplied by 3,500 calories per pound of body fat, you get a result of about 10,500 calories. A little bit less actually, closer to 10,000 calories. So, what does that mean? Typically, a good goal for a caloric deficit is about 500 calories a day. So if I can reliably hit that for the next 20 days, I'll be there. 21, I guess, for the extra. So, you know, that's a very good sign because that means the odds that I can actually pull this off, 12% before Thanksgiving, which has been the goal, are looking really good. Once that happens, y'all, I'm going to go kind of look to stay at maintenance. I'll put it this way. If I can get that in 3 weeks, right, that'll be first week in November. So I will go into maintenance mode, which for me is probably about 2,800 calories at this point. I'll kind of have to calibrate it to really figure it out. And then, once Thanksgiving comes, I will begin my bulk cycle. And my bulk cycle is going to get me to, I'm going to bulk to either 15% body fat or to the Super Bowl Sunday, whichever comes first. Then, after that, I'm going to stay at maintenance for the rest of February, and starting at the beginning of March, I'm going to begin a second cut cycle all the way down to 10%, y'all. 10% body fat, and, you know, the six-pack is starting to come in. I'll show you all that when the belt comes off, but six-pack is starting to come in now at, you know, 13%. It's going to look amazing at 10%. 10% will be the ultimate beach body for summer of 2023. Oh, let's go. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Felt pretty good. Those with 40s, I may try going up. May try some hammer curls it a little bit more. Senex says, starting to come in. Dude, it's already full force. Ad break. Oh, come on. All right. Yo, patrons. If any of my patrons are in chat, please give Senex a subscription. Someone gift that man a sub. Actually, I wanted to address ads one more time. Because I talked about it in my, I guess I'll wait till the ad break's over to do that. If anybody wants to gift a sub to Senex. How long have you been in ME? Thank you for showing up, thank you for chat. I'll answer that, let me do one more set. 2, 3. Oh, hang on. My grip wasn't on right. Other thing I've been noticing is my watch is starting to slip, starting to get a little bit too loose on my arm, which is telling me, yeah, the cut cycle really is working as intended. Long term, I don't think I want to stay much lower than 12% body fat, but I do want to be bulkier. I want to be 12% at maybe 220 pounds. That'll be a lot more muscle. 2, 3, whoop. grip a little bit on that. This is 250 pounds. But I think that's it for shrugs. That was my third set. There I go down weight. I think I can try bent over rows today. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna try them. Well, let's see how they feel at 175. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's find out. T. Swanee, I should be doing schoolwork, but I'm here mostly just to get stonked so I can do trolling later. Based in trolling build. Oh, Anna, thank you so much for giving Senex the sub. Dude deserves it. Have you seen Senex's art of me? Like, that shit's lit, dude. I'm getting fan art now. Everything about that I love. No, speaking of great artists, actually, T. Swanee, if y'all don't know who T. Swanee is here in chat, he is a huge Ohio State Buckeyes fan, and if you have ever been to r/CFB ball, he is a really great comic artist, along with Stand of Humanity, Cymag, Stella Farah, Dodger of Zion, and of course, TV25 Aga, and occasionally me. I can't recommend r/CFB ball enough. If you like college sports, you're going to love that subreddit. It's a great place to be. So I will always shout out my homies on CFB ball because they're just, all of them are wonderful. Oh, and Milkshake, and I forgot about Milkshake. Thank you very much, Anna. That is greatly appreciated. In that case, Anna, these bent over rows are for you. Yeah, let's do this. If there's a better angle you'd prefer for bent over rows, Anna, you just ask and it's yours. Aventador, welcome, first time chat. Oh, speaking of, Monkra talking in chat. I didn't see her earlier. How long have I been a mechanical engineer? I assume that's what you mean by an ME. I graduated in 2017 from Texas A&M University. Hey, so I've been an engineering student. You know, I started my college path in 2013. I have been a mechanical engineer since 2017. So 5 years. Also, thank you for the W, Aventador 2, as in the Lamborghini, I assume. Although it's spelled wrong, the Aventador is Aventador, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bent over rows. Alright, that felt not bad. I'm definitely not going to push it any further. Anna, if you want me to do that from front angle or side angle, just say so, okay? Flufa, get up early to go to the gym or stay in bed and watch someone else go to the gym. Hard choices. No, it's not. Easier choice. Get your ass to the gym. Look, as much as I love having the extra viewers, and I love having you here, Flufa, no contest. Absolutely no contest. The goal of this channel is to inspire you to make the right choices for yourself. Get up and get your ass to the gym. Not even close. Or you can continue watching this for motivation and then lift twice as hard when you go. Kind of up to you on that one. Let's do another set of bicep curls. So, and I call them bent over rows because it's like a rowing machine, right? The rowing machine, you do a low row down here, right? You can do a high row, or you can do a bent over row. So what we're doing here, right, is this. Now, if you want the side angle or the back angle or the front angle, you just say so. Thank you very much for the subscription gift. In the meantime, I'll stick with back angle because I know some people like that. But you need to do another set of bicep curls first. By the way, Fluffa, if I know you're an Ohio State fan, I believe, so check out T. Swanee's comics on r/CFB-ball and thank me later. Alright, that's 3 sets of bicep curls. So we'll be done with that for now. So that'll put us at 7 sets of biceps. Ooh, a little lightheaded, I need some water. 5 sets of rows, 3 sets of traps. Who would ever be an Ohio State fan? What's up, Wes? Good to see you, Wes. My man. Big Guns, welcome. Gil FR, good to see you. Yes, we are working the guns today. Trying to get some howitzers, man. Right now, I think maybe I got a solid 12 gauge going on, but, or rather, Akimbo 12 gauge, but not quite there yet. We're getting there, although right now is the cut cycle. All right, so second set, bent over rows, 175. Again, if y'all want to see front angle or side angle on this, just say so, okay? And the padding on the metal guards, the safety guards, is starting to come off. It's tearing up the adhesive here. I don't really like that, but these were cheap. I got them for a song, and they came with the, there we go. They came with the clips up here, so it was worth it. This whole rack actually didn't cost me a whole lot. I'll probably replace it next year, but for 2022, it's gonna do just fine. Again, you know, all of this gets the job done. Long term, the goal is gonna be this entire area will become my gym. That'll probably happen when I get a level 2 charging station on the other side, because then, you know, Dodger and I, instead of needing 12 hours to fully charge, we just need 4. So that means one of us can take this spot, the other one can park outside. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, hoop. All right, it's 2 sets on bent over rows. Does the roommate work out as well? My lord, I have been trying to get her to start. She says she's going to, hopefully. So, a little update with the roommate, y'all. For those of you who didn't know, she's been looking for full-time work around here. She may have found one here in the town of Jackson. So, you know, wish her the best of luck. So if she gets it, she's mentioned, yeah, she'd probably start working out in here because she'll have more time. Quite frankly, I'm mashing that X to doubt button. She's had the opportunities to work out here since she moved in, gosh, more than 6 months ago, 7 months ago. So it's up to her. She's overweight, she needs to, and she needs to eat way better than she does. But, you know, I've provided about as good a role model as she could possibly ask for. She has the equipment here all for free. There's nothing she's lacking apart from the motivation and willpower to do it. Oh, I missed a new follower, crap. Did you catch the name, Anna? Either way, whoever's the new follower, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it greatly. We'll do one more set of bent over rows, and we'll move to vertical flies, I think. And then, yeah. She might be scared of your workout outfit, lol. Flufoot, Cincinnati is the best sea city in Ohio after all. I think those might be fighting words, because Westifer is a proud resident of the great city of Cleveland. I'll be honest, Cleveland's a really great town. The weather is abysmal. The beer is very good there. Cleveland knows what they're doing when it comes to beer, but it's like fucking hot 6 months a year, man. Too cold, too snowy. You know, I could really say that general thing about Ohio in general. It's too cold, it's too snowy. Because of it being cold and snowy, there's salt on the roads. Because there's salt on the roads, cars rust like crazy. Other than that, Ohio's pretty cool. No, and y'all do horrible, horrible things to chili. It's not a bad concept, chili over pasta, but the way you execute it is atrocious. But other than that, Ohio's pretty cool. You're better than Indiana, I'll tell you that much. I can't say if Ohio is a better state than Michigan because I've never been to Michigan. That would be unfair. I do want to go to Detroit someday, though. Ohio is a comfortable C-tier state, but y'all are not C-tier in the way that, say, Iowa is a C-tier state. Y'all have really good things and really shit things in Ohio. There's no in between. Fluffa, Gold Star and Skyline are an abomination to God, to man, and to all things holy. Again, it's a sound concept. The concept of chili over pasta is not a bad one. It's the way y'all go about making it. The quality is atrocious. That's the problem. In fact, I have made Cincinnati-style chili several times before, and it's quite good, but it's because I use better ingredients. Again, just make it yourself, and it's fine. Just don't go to fucking Skyline. Skyline's disgusting. I'll put it to you this way. Ohioans, if you ever make fun of Nebraska for having runza, fucking check yourself. I'll put it that way. Runza and Cincinnati chili are kind of the same concept where if it's made homemade with proper ingredients, I'm sure it tastes delicious. But at a fast food joint, yuck. As far as Westerfer, yeah, if you don't, to quote the song, if you don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan, the whole state of Michigan, yeah, talk to Westerfer, send him a message, and he'll hook you up. Let's do some vertical flies now. I personally am not going to get involved in the Ohio versus Michigan debate. I have good memories and bad memories of Ohio. It's the ultimate C-tier state. It's the schizo C-tier state. Whereas like Iowa is the completely, nondescript C-tier state. So there's the difference right there. 2, 3, go. I will say, for as bad as the weather is, Ohio has far superior road quality to its neighbor to the east. I have never seen roads as appalling as Pennsylvania's. Never. Pennsylvania roads are, it's like you've traveled to a third world country. Camp Washington chili is the best chili in Cincinnati, no contest. I've never been there, I can't judge it. No, it's not a debate Ohio clears. I can't argue in that debate because I've never been to Michigan. There's parts of Michigan that are supposed to be really very beautiful. I've got a friend or two from the UP, which some people say should just be part of Wisconsin, but the UP is gorgeous, man. It is extremely cold, which is why I would never want to live there, but it is supposed to be very, very pretty. What else was I going to do? Yeah, bent over. Flies. For this I do not need a belt. Although, Anna says she'd like it. Why not? We'll do these with the belt on. I don't need the belt for this, but why not? actually, this doesn't really make sense if I do it this way. Y'all can't see the back muscles. I probably can't see them this way either. I need to change the angle, but then I need to change it back for the bird flies. I didn't think this through. Just go real low with it. Sumo stance. 6. Whew. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, no, I need to just improve the angle for that. That's just showing off my butt, which I'm sure some of you like, but woo, busy. I'll put it to you this way though. No offense to Ohio or Michigan or any of the Midwest, but there are about 10 southern states I'd rather live in. South Carolina being at the top of that list. I love it here. And so too, apparently, do many Ohioans, because y'all keep fucking showing up here and clogging Hilton Head with your rusted out jalopies and Ohio State stickers. I mean, it's fine, but like, I get it, you know, it's the Midwest, your cars are gonna rust out, but like, make sure shit isn't actively falling off of them as you drive down the road. Hey. Madre de Dios. It's, I like my car. I like my car being pretty and rust-free and spotless, and living in the Midwest would make that impossible. Nah, I would rather live, I think, in any southern state besides, over Ohio, I would rather live in any southern state besides Mississippi or Louisiana. And Louisiana has the best food of any state. The problem is everything else. I'll put it this way, if Louisiana wasn't part of the United States, it would be a second version of Haiti. Come at me, Cajuns, you know I'm right. Louisiana would be, without the aid of the other 49 states, Louisiana would be fucking Haiti. Actually, do we have any channel mods in here? I'd love to make a poll. Now I'm curious. Don't hate HH main income stream. Low middle income Ohioans. There's some truth to that. The amount, it's crazy. You go to Hilton Head, the amount of Ohio, Michigan, New York, and Pennsylvania plates everywhere is absurd. Ohio takes the most of them. I'd say probably Pennsylvania, then New York, then Michigan in that order. Our retirees do the great Ohioan migration down I-75 and I-95 once it gets below 50. How's the weather? It does look less hot than usual because it is. Actually, it is in the mid-50s outside. It's quite a lot warmer in here because between a charging electric car and me, we're putting off a fair amount of heat. So it's probably 70 degrees in here or so. It's very nice. As far as, you guys can tell, I don't have the fan on. I could turn it on to make it cooler in here. I'm thinking I might do that actually. A little fresh breeze sounds kind of nice. Won't turn it on high, just low. Get a little bit of airflow in here. Be a little bit less stuffy. No sweaty balls today, no. Unless you really get me going on the jump rope. But actually, are there any mods in chat? If there are, hit me up because I'd like to do a poll now that I'm thinking about it. All right. We're going to do one more set of the vertical flies because then we can change the angle, and that's what we're going to want to do. Yeah, no sweaty balls happening today, I'm afraid. We'll do one more set of that and we'll move over to the bent over flies. I'm gonna have to put y'all up here for that. It's just a better angle. Now, I have no problem with that Hilton Head. I mean, Wes, to add to that point, you know, you're talking about the lower middle income Ohioans there, their big vacations Hilton Head every year. Well, much in the same way, all the upper middle class and upper class Ohioans, they still come down here. They just go to Augusta National for the golf tournament. They come here for the Masters. And Masters Week is when I leave and go to Hilton Head. Now, Masters Week is where all the natives clear the fuck out of Augusta, rent out their homes. There's actually a special tax loophole in the federal tax code for renting out your house for the Masters. That's how politically connected the Masters are. You can rent out your home tax-free if it's for the Masters for that week. So I may be doing that this year and, you know, taking advantage of that really ridiculous tax loophole. While I'm happy that, you know, the Masters benefits the local economy, that tax loophole is ridiculous and needs to be removed. No, that does not need to be tax deductible. That's just silly. 2, 3, hop. Yeah, but everyone around here fucks off to the beaches for the Masters Week. Because traffic's horrible anyway. All right, vert flies. From Myrtle all the way down to Defusky. That's when the natives take over the beach, is Masters Week. All right, so we're done with traps. We've done 7 sets of biceps, and we've done 8 sets of back. All right, so we're moving. But now, we need to move to here. So we've got 6, 7, 8. All right, yeah, we're still 70% of the way through. We're moving slow this morning, but it's okay. So we go something like that. Should give you all the right angle. What? No. That's a little more like it. I want to show y'all, when I'm doing this, I want to show you all the back muscles. That's kind of the goal. I kind of have to trial and error it a little bit to see what the best angle for that is. So, I don't think we've hit 25 viewers, y'all. If we hit 25 viewers in chat, let me know, because then y'all have earned handstand push-ups. So keep that in mind as we get towards the end of the workout. 1, 2, 3. If not, I can just do some jump rope. I actually might do some jump rope anyway and some kettlebell swings. I haven't done that in a minute. That sounds like fun. Actually, now I'm looking at this, I need to remove the barbell, because if I don't, I'm just going to hit it. That would not be helpful. That's not going to work. You know, speaking of the Midwest and college football, are any of you guys as shocked as I am about how good Illinois looks this year? When was the last time the Illini were this good? Maybe 10, 15 years ago? Everybody's talking about Kansas, Kansas this, Kansas that. And yeah, they're very good this year. Relative to, you'll do it anyway, it's not conditional. Maybe. Maybe I will make it all. I do reserve the right to change the numbers at any time. You are correct in that. If you go all the way down to the bottom of the rules and the rewards tab on my channel, you will see that it is my choice. There is a slight grain of truth in what you're saying there, Anna. 1, 2, 3, whoop. That's That's much better. 6, 7, 9. Oh, those are tough. I'm gonna stick to 30 pounds. Woo! They make me dizzy too. A little bit lightheaded. The missing viewers aren't more worthy than the ones who are actually in here, right? Clever thinking there. Clever thinking. I mean, I actually don't know if y'all enjoy the handstand push-ups. Do y'all enjoy watching the handstand push-ups as much as I enjoy doing them? Because if so, that'd be good information for me. I just like doing them because I feel like a fucking badass when I do it. Like, I feel like an all-star, you know? Excuse me for 1 second. Bathroom break. There we go. Needed that. Is Illinois good or are their opponents terrible? Still happy for them thus far. Careful where you throw that accusation, Mr. Buckeye. That's okay, we're right behind on stream. Yeah, easy there, Wes. It's not like Ohio State's been playing champions either. Notre Dame is terrible this year. I get that that was supposed to be a quality OOC, but it very much isn't now. Wisconsin clearly needed to fire their coach when they were playing y'all. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I still think Ohio State deserves to be #1 right now because y'all have throttled every opponent you've played. But if you're gonna, start shit-talking other teams for low quality of schedule, be careful. You're casting stones in a bit of a glass house there, Mr. Westifer. 1, 2, 3, hoop. Tell you what conference looks amazing this year is the Big 12 as well. The Big 12 they have like, what, 5, 6 teams ranked? Then West Virginia went and beat Baylor, which just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside because fuck Baylor, always. One of 2 teams I'll root for the Longhorns against. Actively. In fact, even the Longhorns fans, they know I am all about Baylor Hate Week. That's the one time, like, I will be, you know what, fuck it, give me that burnt orange, I will say hook 'em happily, if it means, I will always root for Texas over Baylor. I have standards. They're not high standards, but they are standards. Form's breaking down on these. That was my 3rd set though, so that's dizziness. Whoa. All right, so it's 10 sets on back. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do next. We do pull. Let's do incline curls. Yes. I haven't done incline curls yet, at least. Not with the power blocks. I'm actually really excited about these. So, what are incline curls and why do they matter? An incline curl is, oh come on. There we go, stupid pin. An incline curl is your standard everyday bicep curl. However, you were doing it on, I'm gonna put the belt up for this. You were doing it on an incline bench. So, right? Instead of this, you're doing this. And it may not seem like a huge difference, but try it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The thing with incline curls is that it really forces an isolation of the muscle on the bottom half of the workout, down here to about here, where you won't necessarily get this level of pull on your biceps if you're standing up or if you're sitting at a 90-degree angle. There's just a little bit of bro science in that, but I tell you, it works. So let's start with 30s. Get a little bit of water. All right, see you, Wes. Always good to see you. OH, good luck this weekend. Unless you're playing Purdue, in which case I am rooting for Purdue. Because, frankly, as an engineer and as a shit poster, how could I not root for Purdue there? The core should have shelled Waco when they had the chance damn fucking straight. That's the thing. People don't realize, as nasty as the Lone Star Showdown can get, and it does get nasty, nothing in terms of pure vitriol quite matches the Battle of the Brazos. It's the difference is, I view the so-called University of Texas, we call them Texas University, as an existential threat. I view the Longhorns as an existential threat because they act as if they're an existential threat to us. They are an existential threat to us. Whereas I believe Baylor shouldn't exist. The world would be better if Baylor University ceased to be. That's just my opinion on that one. That's, again, no university quite draws my disgust, vitriol, and hatred like Baylor University does. Cannot stand the Bears. Like, again, I want Texas to go 1-11 every year, but you better believe I want them to beat Baylor. I want every single team, even my number two, the only other team I'd root for Texas over at this point, LSU, I would root for LSU, the disgusting, the most nasty fans in college football. I would root for the LSU Tigers. Give me that purple and gold if they're playing Baylor. There is no team I root for. There is no team, like there is no circumstance whatsoever in which I will root for the Baylor Bears. None. Never. Not happening. And I get that most Aggies are like, really? You hate Baylor that much? Do your history. You'll understand why. That's the only rivalry in which, due to the hatred between the two fan bases, a Corps of Cadets member actually got murdered. All right? That's the level of hatred we're talking here. All right, so let's do this. 2, 3, hook. Oh, that feels good. It's that pull on the bottom that you get from incline curls that you don't get from anything else. I'm feeling it. Get that pump. You know, I will say one other thing that I'm really happy about, and you guys probably can't quite tell it here, but the abdominal walls are really starting to show, where I've got first pack, the first two up here, the six pack, the second two, and now I'm starting to feel the third one kind of coming in right here. It's right, you got one, now it's not showing as much, there we go. 1, 2, and then the third is right here. You can see there's still a little bit of belly fat that needs to get shaved off, but it's coming. Garonix, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated, and thank you very much, Anna, for pointing it out. I always like thanking my new followers. Tell all your friends. Welcome to the stream. We're going to continue lifting. We have, let me think for a moment, we've done all 6 sets of traps. That was our 4, 7, 8 set of biceps. And we have done 4, 7, 10 sets of back. So we've got 6 sets to go. We're 80% of the way through the workout. Wow, 24 viewers. Well, I guess if you'll notice that we hit 25 handstand push-ups for everyone. Realistically, if we stay at 24, I'm probably going to do it anyway. Anna, you're not wrong. Anna, you know me. Also, starting to notice all the leaves are starting to change. I've seen a lot more yellow and orange and red out there. They're very beautiful, but that means I'm going to have to get raking the backyard today. That's going to be that's a 100-year-old willow oak tree out there. I'm not ready for that. That is going to be a massive leaf dump. But thankfully, at least the weather's good. I appreciate that. Yeah. Now, we're going to do the same thing this time, but we're going to do hammer curls, and we're going to do probably a few more reps, because hammer curls are always a bit easier. Again, the difference being that, conventional curl, underhand grip, hammer curl, side grip, underhand, side grip, underhand, side grip. Come on. Ooh, that's good. Feeling the burn. That's 9 sets of buys, 10 sets of reps. So we're going to do one more of these, and then we're going to move to concentration curls, I think. Yeah, we'll do concentration curls. And then we'll do a burnout set. Yeah, we'll do a burnout set. Oh, that's going to be fun. We'll do a burnout set. We'll go 40, 30, 20. That's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe even 10, depending on how we're feeling. Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Okay, I get a little water. Thanks again, Garonics. Okay, so that's 567 followers. If y'all look there, in the top left corner, y'all see a bar. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. What will happen then is a truth or drink stream on the Discord, which link below. If y'all have questions about me that maybe are a bit more risque or racy in nature, that will be your opportunity to ask them. And yeah, it'll be good. You hit 27. Okay. Yeah, I must have missed a rep there. That's 13 per arm, and I guess, well, 13 on one, 14 on the other, presumably, so I must have missed that one. Could you do a forearm curl? Never tried a forearm incline curl. Now I'm wondering if I could. Let's see why I couldn't. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. I guess you're my new lifting partner. Just shrugged 225 for reps, which is something I don't think I have a chance at. Let's go, man! Very nice. I love hearing people hitting new PRs. That's awesome. And wood moaning Zomslay, good to see you. Hell yeah, Fluffa, that's what I'm talking about. Fluffa, I've been watching, you've been telling me about your progress over the last few months, just like mine. I fucking love to see it, man. Always makes me happy when people are, showing that they're busting ass in the gym, working really hard, and getting those results, getting those gains. So, much love, bro. Now, speaking of gains, let's do this. We're gonna try forehand curls with incline. I've never done this before, so we're gonna find out if it works. But thanks for the first time chat. Welcome. If you like what you see, you like all of this, I've got a Discord below, and maybe hit that follow button. Definitely, all those new followers help. If we get to 1,000 by the end of the year, you'll get a truth or drink stream where you guys can ask me anything you'd like, and I have to tell either the whole truth, nothing but the truth, or I have to take a drink. And I'll probably be doing jump ropes while doing that, because I'm going to want to burn all those calories off. That's going to be a lot of drinking, I have a feeling. Plus, I have a feeling drunken jump rope might be a little bit fun. 28, prime guy. All right. 2, 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. 2, oh, you're talking followers, not reps. 4, or not followers, viewers. It's a little bit awkward. Elbows are having to come out a little bit more, but it's not bad. I'm feeling the burn. definitely challenging my grip strength. This is not easy. Come on. Oh. That's actually really tough. Interesting. All right, now we're going to switch to back to flat bench because we're going to do bent over pulls. Y'all have seen me do this with a 45-pound plate before. The difference is this time we can use the power block and use a whole lot more. 28, I printed it, I got a proof. I believe you, don't worry. I'll stop counting, that's paranoid. Oh, no, that's fine. We'll hit, if people say we hit 25, that's enough for me. So I'm gonna do bent over pulls. Normally I do it with plates and it's super easy. So let's try 60 and see how that feels. Yeah. All right. A little water. We've got, going for 80 minutes now. Neat. Barometer's rising again, which means weather should be good today. I think the high today is supposed to be somewhere around 75. This is just gonna be amazing out. So I'll probably go for a run or something later. All right. Bent over pulls. It's the same thing that I was doing with the plates, right? This time I have the power block is the only real difference. It's gonna be nice. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so much better with the dumbbell. Oh, that's so good. Oh, God, I love these. I love this power block so much. And I love you guys for helping me get it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that feels so fucking good. I might try that with 70. Oh. Morning, Big Red. Christy, good to see you. Calf man. We're not working calves today, but there you go. I actually had a vicious calf cramp about 4 in the morning, presumably because I did not have enough potassium and had too much sodium. So let's see, we did 4 pull-ups, 3 bent over rows, 3 bent over flies. It's 4, 7, 10. So we do one more set of this will be good. I'll stick with 60 pounds. Don't want to get too over exuberant. Yeah, 33, that's awesome. Well, welcome everyone who's new. Let me sit down so you can see my face. My name is Beer Battered Aggie Syndrome. We do weightlifting here. We also do financial advice. Today is Friday, so it'll be a Financial Fitness Friday. Whenever we're all done with everything, we're gonna talk about money, talk about the stock market, which opens in 8 minutes and 10 seconds. So we only have one more set of back, and then we've got 2 sets of biceps to finish it out. Perfect. Excellent. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. I have the legs in the wrong position for that. Okay, one other thing I forgot to mention the other day. I will be live again tomorrow at 8 in the morning, but then after that, no, I'll be live Sunday at 8 in the morning as well. But then after that, I will be off the air until next Thursday at 5 in the afternoon. Then I'll be live next Friday at this time at 8 in the morning. And next Saturday, the 22nd, I will not be live. I will be in Columbia for the South Carolina State Fair and, of course, the Texas A&M game. So if any of y'all are in Columbia, South Carolina, and you'd like to meet up in real life, hit me up. Y'all have the opportunity. Sunday stream may or may not be hungover. That's all I'm going to say about that one. All right, next up, concentration curls. So we're done with back. Now we're done with traps. Now we got 2 sets of biceps left, and then we're done. Seeing the veins get popped. Let's go. I started moving my shoulder on that last one. It was a bad rep. Come on. Come on. All right. Now, we're going to do a burnout set. What is a burnout set, really? Well, a burnout set is a set where you go for maximum volume and really try to get a good pump. So, we're going to bring the camera up so you can see it. Make sure we're about the right angle here. Yeah, that'll be perfect. We're gonna do a set at 30, a set at 20, and a set at 10. As a Gamecock fan, I'm not looking forward to this game. Can you talk about soundproofing so I can advertise the wish list? Absolutely. First thing, Goronix, welcome. Thanks for the chat, and thanks for the follow, and thanks, Anna, for telling me that they followed. Oh, as a matter of fact, hang on. Let me give a shout out to all the followers so far today. Monkra, Goronix, very nondescript, Far Follows Mind. Appreciate it, all of y'all. So, anyway, what were we saying? Can we talk about the soundproofing? Sure thing. So with the soundproofing, y'all may notice some of those little black pads. Thanks to Anna and Saya Salt, I have been able to start soundproofing the garage. There's quite a lot more real estate in here that needs soundproofing. Among other things, a couple more kettlebells would be nice. More protein, of course. All of that jazz. If there's any of that stuff you want to gift me, I do have a wish list. I'm gonna probably add creatine to that because I'm about halfway through my creatine bag. That'll take me, oh gosh, probably another couple of months to get through though. So I'm not gonna add it yet, but that might be a Christmas gift. Anyway, so burnout set. Yeah, if you want wish list, just type in ! wish list, and then if you want, there's wish list. If you want to just gift me something and it's not on Amazon, that's fine too. Just type in ! gift, and you can see that. So let me get this to 40s. So we're gonna start by, so this is gonna be our burnout set, y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by curling 40s, then we're gonna do a set by curling 30s, then we're gonna do a set by curling 20s. Yo, Acro, what's going on? Are you gonna start a business after you're financially free, or just kind of chill and be a learned doctor? Great question. So the typical response I give people whenever they say, oh, won't you be bored in retirement? What are you gonna do all day? The answer is whatever the fuck I want. But the real answer could be one of many things. I think the first thing I want to do is help people. I'm probably going to start getting heavily into charitable work. Failing that, I have thought about starting my own gym. That way, the way I may do it is like, you get a discount if you give me a follow or a subscription on Twitch, because then the Twitch can help pay for the gym.
Especially in this community, you know, we don't have a gym in this tiny little town, but I think it would be, I think it actually worked pretty well if there was one. I think people would use it. I've thought about starting a gym. I've thought about doing the van life actually, packing up, you know, keeping the power blocks to do workouts, but then, you know, seeing the country. I'd love to hike the Appalachian Trail, love to hike the Pacific Coast Trail. I'd even like to consider biking across the country, bike across America. There's a lot I'd like to do, and to be honest, a lot I have sacrificed by working as hard and saving as much as I have through my 20s. So the goal really is, again, you know, I'm punting a lot of stuff out of my 20s, so that way I can be free in my 30s and beyond. So I think you'd feel bad for not working or doing something I'd find fulfilling. Well, I mean, that's the whole point. Frankly, you know, I like my job, it's good, but it's not fulfilling in the way, you know, I don't feel like I'm helping the world with it. I'm fulfilling a need, you know, it has to be done. It doesn't give me that sense of satisfaction. It's a good job and I'm happy to do it, but you know what I mean? All right, so let's do a burnout set. Let's keep talking about that though, because Acro today is our Financial Fitness Fridays, because this is the only day where I can stream and the stock market is open, and it will be open in 15 seconds, so that'll be fun. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna laze around all day. That would be stupid, that would be pointless. I would get very bored of that, but I don't think I'm gonna have to. I don't have enough time to handle everything in my life now. So I would definitely be, you know, first thing, more than anything else, is I'd be getting 8-9 hours of sleep every day, no matter what. As it stands right now, during work days, I have to get up at 5:30, so it's just not feasible to do that, especially in the summertime when it's not even dark out at that point. So it'll be nice to do that. All right, so let's hit this up. 1, 2, 3, hoop. 40s. Here we go. Got caught in a pocket there. Swap out. Go down 30. For adjustable dumbbells, that's about as quick as you can hope for. Keep going. Keep pumping. Hey, welcome. Whoever just talked, first chat, appreciate it. Come on. Come on, it's 12. I missed one, fucked one up there. Oh. Go down weight again. 20s. Final burnout. Let's go. Quick. Come on. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Let's go. Get them palms, start to see them veins popping. Love that shit. All right. And now I'm dizzy. Okay. Sweet Lips, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for showing up. Woo! All right, y'all. That's the end of the workout. Now we're gonna go inside. We hit 25 people today, which means we are going to do handstand push-ups, so stick around and we'll do those. Right after I head out and take a piss real quick. Delayed my financial independence date, but definitely worth being happier now though. That's understandable. See, the secret magic to what I do is I live in about the lowest cost of living area in the country, maybe short of Mississippi. And as a result, I need a lot less to retire than most people because I don't spend that much. I'm very conscientious with the way I spend my money. Anyway, I'm gonna go use the restroom, y'all. Then we're gonna go inside, and once we go inside, I'm gonna go ahead and do them handstand push-ups for y'all. So stick around, stay tuned, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds. Actually, I take it back. We're gonna do one more exercise. We're gonna do some kettlebell swings. I mentioned doing those earlier, now I want to. Now on my wish list are some heavier kettlebells. This is the biggest one I got, and it's only 35 pounds. So if y'all are feeling generous, you know, it's right there as an option. I'll probably pick one up. Probably sometime this month is what I'm thinking. So we'll do some kettlebell swings here. Then we'll do some jumping rope, then we're gonna head out. But Akroshi, it's always good to see you in chat. If y'all, by the way, for those of you who do not know who Akroshi here is in chat, go check out his channel, give him a follow. He is amazing. Just his setup is supremely good. His advice is excellent. And his brothers are awesome too. So just all in all, Akroshi, absolutely great streamer. One of these days I'm gonna be able to raid you. Like we'll be on at the same time and I'll raid you afterwards. And I am so doing that because you are just fantastic. You're incredible. I love you. Well, I'll tell you something. Akroshi is the first streamer I found who was so good, I started taking notes about how to improve my stream as I watched his stream. So if you guys like this content, you're gonna love Akroshi's. 1, 2, 3, hoop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Left arm. Kind of have to do the one arm kettlebell swings because 35 pounds is too light. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right arm. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Both arms. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. That'll be good for today. I'll do some jump rope. Then we'll head in. I promise. Big Red. Carlos Correa is opting out of the Twins deal to become a free agent. Interesting. Just don't pull Seattle and you'll be good. Well, the thing with Seattle, and this is the thing that's always perplexed me about baseball players who go to teams like Los Angeles and New York, is that, yeah, you might be getting more money on paper, but the government is going to tax 40 to 50% of that money, minimum, especially if you live in New York or Los Angeles proper. Whereas if you go play for Seattle or Tampa or Houston or Texas or Miami or even Boston in a sense, because you could live in New Hampshire, your taxes would be much, much, much lower, and you would be able to hang out. The other one you could do is, if you wanted to play in Colorado, especially if you're a big hitter, get a house right on the state border with Wyoming, live in Wyoming as your main residence. You don't have like a trailer or a bed somewhere in the club apartments for days where you're doing double headers. Just another idea. But the taxes absolutely kill you in some of those cities. I don't understand why people live in New York, to be honest. You gotta be a big city fan, and I'm not. I'll get my car in shot here, that's kind of neat. Alright, let's do jump rope, make sure I can't hit anything. That's a fail. There we go. Come on. Okay. For whatever reason, that is hurt me a little bit where I got surgery, so we'll be done with that. Sorry, y'all, because I'm not quite as healed there. You're matching my car's color. That's my favorite color, too. That's right. It's, well, they say it's, GM calls this, here, I'll show you on my car. It's a 2017 Chevy Volt. GM calls this Cajun Red. I call it Aggie Maroon. It's close enough. This is Aggie Maroon as well. It's the shorts. I think this is a little bit, it's closer maybe a crimson, which I don't like as much. It's okay, I don't mind Alabama, although I don't like Oklahoma. But yeah, now I love this color. The trouble is, I've been thinking about trying to incorporate it for a stream background, but it doesn't lend itself well to that. It's not really very, it's kind of a dull color in the sense that it's not very bright, like it doesn't pop. Anyway, break's over for me later, Ag. See you, Big Rod. Always good to see you, my man. Good luck to the Wildcats, whoever they're playing this week. Maybe they're on a bye. I don't know. So yeah, let's head inside. We'll do handstand push-ups next. So handstand push-ups coming up. Can I get some hype for handstand push-ups in the chat? By the way, if you're wondering, for those of you who are new, where I live, real easy. That's where. And if y'all don't know what that flag is, learn. The flag is the state of South Carolina. Oh, it's so beautiful here. All right, we're back in. The stock market is also live, which means in a moment, once we're done with our protein and everything else, we're gonna go and grab some of that. Actually, I may have some of that soup I made last night because I'm very hungry. Oh. But first, we're gonna lay down. We're gonna get you all your handstand push-ups. So, can I get some handstand push-up hype in chat once again? Who wants to see me do some handstand push-ups? Ooh, didn't feel good on my knee. Is it right in there? Ouch. There we go. All right, someone's interested in the handstand push-up hype. Thank you, Anna. I know I do these, it seems like every stream now, but hey, it just means more of y'all are showing up, so maybe I need to up the goal. Maybe I need to make it like 35 or 40. I don't know. I like doing the handstand push-ups, though. How many people do we have in here right now, out of curiosity? 28. Not bad. All right. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Handstand push-ups coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so full disclosure on these. I have the strength, but I don't have the balance, so occasionally my feet do tap the wall. For the most part, they stay off the wall, but it's nice to have that as a backstop so I don't fall over and make myself look like a clown. 1, 2, 3, oh. Good morning, chat. We're going to do financial fitness after this, but for now, enjoy. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yeah, I lost my balance a bit there. I could have done a few more reps-wise, though. Feeling pretty good about that. You know what? I might do another one of those. So after this will be egg whites. But you know what? Those felt really good. I think I'm going to do one more set. Y'all are getting double handstand push-ups today. Lucky you. And I know over there are a bunch of cardboard boxes and such. It's a bit of a mess. Today, the goal is going to be to get to the recycling center a few miles away and take care of all of that. So these will not be in shot in the future. But my apologies for them being in shot today. I know it's a bit of a mess. Today will be my cleaning day. Here we go. Set number 2. 1, 2, 3. Hoop. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Damn. Yeah, the balance is the tricky part. Micah, what? Welcome. Thank you for the first time chat. If you like this content, you're going to love the Discord. And if you like this content, please drop a follow, 1,000 at the end of the year, and y'all get a special reward. But thank you very much, Micah. All right, now we're going to go cue the Rocky music because it is time for egg whites. And now the blood is rushing back from my head. Da 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 A vibing cat, let's go. 8 ounces of egg whites, 100%. The purest of the proteins. It's good enough for Sylvester Stallone, it's good enough for me. But let us record it. Egg whites. 100 calories, 25 grams of protein, 0 fat, and 0 carbs. Oh my god, Zachbot, let's go! Hey, how you doing, Zachbot? Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to my channel. I am Beer Battered Aggie Syndrome. What we talk about today is we lift. We just finished the lift. You know what? I'll do another set of handstand push-ups for y'all. Thank you very much for the counter raid, Zachbot. I appreciate it. First off, we lift, we talk diet, we talk fitness, and we're talking today because it's Friday and the stock market is open, financial fitness. So if y'all have questions about finances, I'm very happy to help. Huge fan of lifestyle design. Quite frankly, if y'all see that timer up there, up there, right, that is when I will be able to be independently wealthy due to my day job. So that'll be 2025. In other words, I will be financially independent before I'm 30 years old. That takes some doing, but I can give you guys advice to help you get to your goals yourselves. Cheers, and welcome everyone. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you very much, Zachbot. And this is Raw Egg Whites per the Rocky music. So, da-da, da-da. Y'all tuned in. Great time. 1, 2, 3, hoop! Oh. I like the Lidl egg whites, though, better than the Costco egg whites or the Aldi egg whites. So I'll probably buy those in the future. Yeah, it's pretty gross. But next up, we do our protein shake, which is a lot less gross. Boom, and boom, and boom. We have pure creatine monohydrate. This shit is good for you. I recommend it. Just 5 grams, a little scoop. I put a little heap on the scoop because I'm extra. Well, welcome, Raiders. Super huge fan. And for those of you in my channel, give Zachbot some love. Zachbot is a fellow member of the health and fitness community here on Twitch, and I love his channel. So highly recommend, if y'all want more content, recommend giving him a follow. So everybody, you know what? I'll do a shout out. Let me do a shout out after I'm done filling up the proteins. This is just
basic Costco brand chocolate protein powder. We do 2 scoops of that. Put that back up here. Then we take our PB Fit organic peanut butter powder. I like my egg whites scrambled. I do too, but drinking raw egg whites satisfies the sadists in this channel, so I do it. Always gotta do what the fans want, within reason. Anyway, so that's 2 scoops peanut protein, 3 scoops peanut protein, 4 scoops peanut protein. Boom, boom, and boom. Now, throw this on with some water. I typically prefer to do this with whole milk, but I'm still on my cut cycle. 10,000 calories to go. The goal is 12% body fat, y'all. Today I weighed in 202.6 pounds, 13.45% body fat. So we're on the right track. Zachbot has a Portuguese flag. Well, all right then. Portugal's a great country. Very, very beautiful. Portugal's a beautiful country, and it has beautiful people. Let's go, y'all. All right, now let's go get a shout out on for shout out Zachbot55. There we go. Give you a shout out. Boom. That's a lean looking 13%. It's 13.45%. It's the scale I use is probably not the most accurate, but it's what I started with, and I started with 19.6%. So the goal is 12% or Thanksgiving hits. It's one or the other. Excuse me. Apologize for the burp. But the reason for that is because cutting weight through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and the Super Bowl is stupid. I'm not going to do it. It's just, that's just, you know, practicing pain. It's an old term my dad would use. Anyway, let me knock this down. 1, 2, 3. Hop. What am I saying? Why would I knock it down? Actually, wait. New Raiders. Would y'all like to see me do some handstand push-ups? If y'all would like handstand push-ups, please give me a couple follows. Give me some handstand push-up hype. I've already done 2 sets, but for the Raiders, I would love to show off a little bit. So can we get a little push-up? Can we get a little handstand push-up hype in chat for any of you new Raiders who are here? I'd love to hear from y'all. I'd love to talk to y'all. Thank you very much for rating, and thank you Zachbot for doing it. That never gets old. The bouncing pecs never, ever, ever gets old. Y'all don't have to ask for that. I just enjoy doing it. I can't do them that quickly. Wait, Zachbot, you're from Florida? I was in Florida a couple weeks ago. I went down to Daytona Beach and Orlando, actually. Get out. Well, if I'm ever back down in Florida, let's hang out, bro. Maybe do a collab stream or something. Welcome from beautiful South Carolina up here. You know, now that I think about it, I remember you mentioning you were from Florida when I rated you. Fill this bad boy up with water. All right. Everybody loves a good booty bounce. Yeah. There y'all go. All right. You know what? I wasn't going to do more of these, but y'all showed up, and this is for the Raiders. And Raiders, please. Oh, right. Yeah, you mentioned you're. That's what it was. I'm going to be in Columbia. By the way, yeah, you're in Florida. Oh, Gary on Merlin, let's go. Handstand push-up hype. I knew someone would be talking about that. Yeah, we did talk about that. Now that I'm remembering it now. We talked about moving to the neck of the woods over in the eastern half of the state. But Zachbot, if you're curious about what this state has to offer, I will be in Columbia for the Texas A&M South Carolina game and for the South Carolina State Fair. So, you know, if you want to meet up, my roommate and I will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, think that over.
All right, y'all. Handstand push-ups for all the Raiders. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hook. Oh. All right. 1, 2, 3. Hook. Hold up. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Ooh. That was 8 of them. I don't think I've ever done 8 before. I'm very dizzy now. All right. Def change of pace here. Dude, South Carolina's great. You're going to love it. So Raiders, those were for you. So if y'all like that, if y'all like this content, please give up a follow. Yeah, it's a little over an hour for me too. I'm in Aiken County. I know you're over closer to Myrtle Beach. Dude, that'll be September 22nd. Pop into my Discord below. Careful those egg whites stay inside. Yeah, that the protein powder, but gotta do what you gotta do. Let us set up here. We're gonna talk financial fitness because it is Financial Fitness Friday. Set the mic down. Thank you very much, Anna. Appreciate you shouting out the Discord. And we're gonna plug the laptop in. Power. Very nice. You'll have to ignore the Gamecocks themed decor in the back. That is my roommate's, not mine. Me, I have one piece of decor in here. Oh yeah, Giga Maggies. And you know what, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna, for this week, because we're playing them, beat the hell out of South Carolina. Anyway, so let's do a little bit of stretching. I think would be useful after a pull day. Knock back a little bit of water. Then we're going to talk financial fitness. Also, I got new lighting in here, and I feel like it makes me look really good. I'm not going to lie. What do you do financially, like stocks or real estate? Great first question. My day job, I'm a mechanical engineer who works in the nuclear industry, and that pays pretty well, especially, excuse me, given the very low cost of living here in South Carolina. Getting them back stretches in. But for investing, typically what I do is stocks. I've thought about renting out a house, but right now, due to the recent bear market here in 2022, stocks are on sale, baby. So I'm all about going for the stock market right now. I would say I do have real estate in the sense that I have bought my house. I own this land. I got it I timed it so well, y'all. I bought this house in September of 2021 when the market was at its peak. So I took profit. Now I got reamed on taxes, but I took a ton of profit, used the profit to make the down payment on this house, and got an interest rate because I've been so good financially. I got an interest rate of 2.375%. In other words, because of inflation, I'm effectively getting paid 6% a year to borrow money for this house. Inflation is eating away at the loan, which is fantastic. Nothing better than being a debtor during inflation, and the United States government is the biggest debtor in the world. Per capita, it's the Japanese government, but in raw numbers, the U.S. government is in an obscene amount of debt. $31 trillion. The vast majority of which coming from 4 presidents, all of whom I believe were below average at best. That's Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and now Joseph Biden. Not a fan of either of those. Damn, dude, that's a steal. Yup. Someone mentioned the price of the house the other day. If y'all want me, if y'all want to know about that, ask in the finances and investments chat in Discord. I'd rather not disclose that on Twitch for privacy reasons, because then you could just look it up and know where I live. I'd rather you didn't do that. I'll put it to you this way. I bought it for in between $100,000 and $150,000. So that's probably a good ballpark. It's 3 beds, 1 bath, 1,100 square feet, and It has a 2-car garage, which y'all have seen. That's my gym. Right now, the roommate and I put both cars in. Long term, I want to convert one half of the garage to a full-time gym, and then move the cars, convert the electric circuit out there to a level 2 charger, and then begin charging at level 2. Because then it'll only take 4 hours to charge the cars instead of the current 12. So, with that in mind, actually, you know what? I'm going to do one more thing. I'm tired of seeing this Gamecock bullshit. No. This week, we are taking over this space. Cope and seed, Dodger. Cope and seed. Much better. I'm going to hang out my A&M polo. It's a steal. Dude, if you think that's a steal, just a couple houses over, there's another one for sale for even less money. There are homes for sale in my town below $100,000 to buy, and they're in great shape. All the houses around here, or most of them anyway, were built in the 1950s, which means, and they were built by the original workers at the nuclear site, which means they were built properly, they were built to a very high standard, and they have lasted very well for decades. All the houses around here have solid brick foundations, and they're built on sand, because we're in the Carolina Sand Hills, which means it's very dry underneath. Well, what does that mean? Well, what it means is wood won't rot, as it would everywhere else in this very humid state. So this town is idyllic. There's maybe a few more Confederate flags than I wish there would be, but, you know, no place is perfect, and I can live with that. It's South Carolina. What do you expect? So do we have any other financial questions? Or, you know, I'll do a little more stretching. Stretch out. Oh. Paul, I'm a licensed mortgage broker in Florida, so you've seen some crazy numbers lately. You're going to see even crazier ones going up and now going down because Florida's housing market is going to crash. What Hurricane Ian proved is that large parts of Florida are not sustainable in the long term. If you are buying a 30-year mortgage in a place like Fort Myers, you are an idiot. Okay, I'm just going to be fully honest. You are a bone-dead moron because Fort Myers is going to be underwater half the year in 30 years. Stinky the Dude, welcome. Thank you very much for first-time chat. But if you are looking for a good place to live, this is definitely it. Sometimes cheap pricing means cheap rent and not too much ROI. I have actually rented this house out for $13.50 a month. $13.50 a month for no more than $150,000. Hey, thank you very much, Stinky Dude, for the follow. You could do the math on that. It's extremely good. It's an ROI of like 15% gross. Probably, you know, once you factor in maintenance, a little bit less, but it was no surprise they were going to get flooded in the wetlands. Florida is one of the worst states in terms of horrendous urban planning. Orlando is probably the worst offender, but Tampa's awful. Miami's not quite as bad, but the state of Florida is designed terribly, to be blunt. It was designed entirely around the automobile and designed entirely around mass air conditioning usage. Well, when hurricanes are going to keep blowing through the state, it's going to continue to knock out power supplies. And Florida, thanks to poor leadership, I don't hate DeSantis, but I will hold DeSantis and previous governors, Chris, and that ilk, I will hold them responsible because Florida should have no problems whatsoever going crazy on solar. Florida is one of the best states in the union for solar energy, and Florida does not have oil and gas resources, and it refuses to build nuclear power plants. Why Florida hasn't gone heavy on solar the same way California or Hawaii has is beyond me at this point. It's the perfect power for a place like Florida. Stinky the Dude, I just started my weightlifting journey. I'm doing full body dumbbell workouts, but man, it's hard to have the motivation to keep at it. Anyone else feel lack of motivation to work out? You have found the right fucking channel, my guy. So, we are all about motivating you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. That's what I try to do in here, and sometimes I slip up. Sometimes I have days where I just want to lay in bed and do nothing. But what you find is that you have more energy, you have more desire, you have more willpower to succeed when you get your ass up and you start moving. Those days are what makes or breaks someone actually hitting their goals. So you got to get up, No, you ain't lazy and unmotivated. You're just having a bad day. You're gonna be doing better. It's all about sometimes you just gotta not think. You just gotta say, I'm doing this no matter what. Come hell or high water, rain, sleet, snow. I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna go for a run, I'm gonna go for a weightlifting session, I'm gonna eat right. And when you develop that willpower, you do it once, it becomes easier to do it twice. When you do it twice, it becomes easier to do it a third time. It's been losing weight, just hard not to be lazy. I'll tell you what, man. Get up. Zachbot, you be lurking. All right, I appreciate that. And yeah, this is, if you want a good ROI for rental properties, to be honest, where you're at, South Carolina is going to be terrific too. Anyway. Oh, hello. Kanaka, thank you very much for the follow. I believe we're heading towards 570 now. That's going to be fantastic. The goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. If we can hit that, I will do a truth or drink stream where you guys can ask me any question, no matter what, and I have to answer it or take a dream. What's up? Take a drink. Boar, what's going on? Boar, my man, I cannot wait to see you come December. That's going to be lit, dude. Gonna get up to North Carolina, see you. We did a pull day today, so we worked on the traps up here. Worked on them traps. Traps ain't looking quite as good. Worked on the biceps though. The biceps are looking great. Fucking, I even had a vein popping on the pullouts. No, South Carolina's better than North Carolina. Get out of here. And then working on the back. Although I will say the North Carolina mountains are better. The Smokies are beautiful. How should triple tax-free municipal bond interest be taxed when bought with qualified pre-taxed 401k funds? And how is it treated for tax purposes? Okay, this is a great question, actually, and it reveals a little bit of ignorance that I have. I am generally not a bond person. I'm not a bond investor. I have some bond. I do have a solid back. Thank you. I do some bond investing, but the problem for me with bonds is that even with recent rate hikes, the return on investment is below inflation, and when that's the case, generally speaking, I know that's, federal bonds, but I'm sure municipalities are a little bit higher, but still, the returns for bonds for me are pretty minimal. I really just have a couple of them in my, long-term retirement accounts, my IRAs, to smooth the ride. So, Gray on Merlin, that's a great question, and I need to do more research on bonds. So I will plead ignorance on this question. I'm quite good with money, but that doesn't mean I'm perfect, and I have a lot to learn. And more importantly, that's one other thing. And this is about everything in this channel. This is about lifting weights. This is about eating right. This is about financial fitness. This is about making good decisions. The willingness to accept that you suck in some areas, the willingness to accept that you could do better in some areas, the willingness to learn is so paramount. You have to humble yourself. You have to be willing to learn from others, right? Akrashi came in here earlier. And you know what my ass was doing while I was watching his stream the other day? I was taking notes because his stream was better than mine. The quality was better, the way he interacted with the audience was better, and I've learned some things from him. I've improved the set of the stream, and that is also thanks to the help from a lot of my Discord fans, who, if you're interested in the Discord, links below. If you really like this content, you want to contribute, you can donate below as well. That's all optional, but I would sure love the follows. The follows and the views, the eyeballs, that's what we're really after, because that is how you change the minds of people, improve people, appeal to their best selves, and help them, guide them to their best selves, right? Be yourself is not quite accurate. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. That's where we're at here. All right. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at the stock market, because we are the stock market is up and roaring, and we're going to have a look. Ari is very experienced and a good source on how to do a fitness stream. You should check out Bewolf too. He's excellent. You mentioned that the other day. I need to. I haven't seen him online yet, so perhaps we'll rate him if he's on today. Let's see where the stock market is starting. It looks like S&P is starting flat. It opened a bit green. NASDAQ is a little bit red. The Dow is up slightly as well. Looking like S&P is sitting at about 36.75 right now, which is, to me, a great buy-in point. We obviously overbought in the end of 2021. But this has been a pretty big bear market, the biggest we've seen since the rapid COVID crash of 2020. I think some people are saying that we're going to kind of see a 1970s style stagflation. I don't believe that's true. My primary reason for that belief is that, oil and gas consumption, I think, is going to start falling in Europe dramatically. They're going to start investing in nuclear again, and they're going to start investing more in public transit. I'd like to think we're going to do the same thing in the United States. I don't know if we will or not. If we did, we would become... The thing is, people don't realize our oil consumption is the one thing holding us back from dominating the world in terms of strategic ability. If the United States were to cut its oil consumption, we would be able to send more to the rest of the world than Saudi Arabia and Russia put together. The market, to me, I believe the market is... I don't think the market is reacting emotionally. I think this is a very normal and very well-needed correction. You know, we do have a major war, land war in Europe that has a nuclear potential, you know, between Russia and Ukraine. That being said, I don't believe that war is going to last forever. I think the reason for that is I don't believe the Russians, the Russians are willing, the Russian powers that be, Putin anyway, has the will to continue the war because he's an old Soviet-style, cold warrior. However, the Russian oligarchs that back him up are probably going to see this hit their long-term profits, and eventually they're going to get fed up. Not to mention, Ukraine is going to continue getting arms from Poland, the Baltic states, and the United States, and as a result of that, I don't think Ukraine is going to flounder either. I think eventually some sort of peace treaty will be reached. I think Crimea will remain Russian, but I think what's going to happen is my bet, and there's any number of scenarios where this plays out, my bet is that, no, you can't price in, the problem with the Ukraine war is, right, you can't price in nuclear warfare, and there is a potential of doing that. My personal thoughts on this is that Putin either steps aside or passes away, and the successor to Putin will settle for a peace treaty in which Russia gets Crimea, but Ukraine retains the Donbass, maybe? Or most of the Donbass. Ukraine and Zelensky won't like that, but it'll be one where, while Zelensky may not like it and the Ukrainians may not like it, the rest of the world likes it enough to where it's accepted. And then I think beyond that point, Ukraine will join both NATO and the EU, because what happened, the Budapest memoranda, or was it Bucharest or Budapest? Either way, the memoranda in 1994, where Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons that were on its land from the Soviet Union, in exchange for Russia respecting its borders, Russia has destroyed that treaty. So I believe in that regard, Ukraine will probably look to join NATO or the EU. Zelensky can blame Biden for being forced into that kind of deal to save his political career. I understand the desire for Ukraine to control Crimea. It's an extremely important port, but frankly, you got to play in the realm of realpolitik. You can't. What is right and what is real are two different things. And frankly, there is a legitimate Russian claim to Crimea. Again, I don't support the Russian mindset, but Crimea was given to Ukraine as a symbolic gift in the 1950s by Nikita Khrushchev. Because at that point it seemed as though Soviet-style communism would last forever. That was Khrushchev's goal, and so it didn't really matter then. But Crimea has been historically Russian. Like if you look at languages spoken everywhere in the country of Ukraine, you have the vast majority of Ukraine speaks Ukrainian first. The Donbass is slightly lower, but it's still like 70% Ukrainian, and then Crimea is like 40% Ukrainian. So there is a legitimate... What you could do, maybe, you could even split Crimea up, half of it be Russian, half of it be Ukrainian, or make it some sort of... You could even make Crimea an independent country. There's plenty of ways to skin that cat, but the Russians do have a legitimate claim to Crimea. It is more legitimate than you might think. Rebuilding of Ukraine is going to be a big economic boon if the U.S. spends the money. Putin has left the land of realpolitik. I'm not sure he has. Well, okay, see, that's what I said earlier, right? I said I think Putin. I think any peace deal is going to require Putin either being ousted or dying, and Putin does not look to be in the best of health. So I think that may happen sooner rather than later, lest the Russian leadership face a Konstantin Chernenko or Yuri Andropov style situation. I don't think the Russians want to do that. Even, the top oligarchs that run a lot of that country know that, they've got to have a back. If Putin leaves, there is no heir apparent. Maybe. I think that's where the oligarchs will have a backup plan, frankly. I think the Russian oligarchs understand what kind of stakes are being dealt with here, and they need to make their moves very wisely lest they risk their own economic fortunes. And ultimately, I am something of a capitalist. I believe people will act in their best rational economic interest most of the time. As far as rebuilding Ukraine is concerned, the real challenge here is going to be who gets the money from rebuilding Ukraine. Now, it should be the United States, but I wouldn't put it past the Biden administration to royally fuck that up and the Chinese get the benefit, because that's how these things seem to work. I would also not put it past certain Republicans, should they win in 2024, to fuck that up. I just don't think this war ends without a major restoration of territory. I think you're right, to an extent. I think the claims on the Donbass are ridiculous. I think the claims on Crimea are a little bit more legitimate. That's just my opinion, and I am not an expert on this, okay? So there are plenty of good arguments against every single thing I have been saying from both pro-Russia and pro-Ukraine sides. This is just my opinion, and what I care about is, one, let's de-escalate the risk of nuclear war, okay? Nobody wants nuclear war, including the Russians. Crimea has been contested territory for centuries, but I would say the Russians have the strongest claim to it. That's just my opinion. There are arguments to say Ukraine has the strongest claim to it. I personally don't believe them. I tend to think that, yeah, Crimea has been historically Russian, and it is vital to the Russian economic interest. Right? You have to remember that the reason Russia is doing this is because you have to understand Russia's history, right? Napoleon, Germany in World War I, and Hitler in World War II were all able to get deep into Russia because the border between Russia and every other country on it right now, ever since the collapse of the Soviet Union, is wide open plains, right? Belarus, Ukraine, the three Baltic states, and, before Belarus, Poland. They're all very flat, easy states to where militaries, and, put yourself in the Russian shoes, so, right, NATO could come across the border and attack very easily. So what Russia is trying to do is make defending itself a lot easier by annexation of territory. Unfortunately, that's a boneheaded move in the sense that the best option for Russia was to watch NATO get destroyed, and in some better alternate world, that would have happened in the early 90s, and Russia would have developed into something more like Estonia or, Latvia or Poland, but that didn't happen. The reason Russia's doing this is that Putin wants to rebuild the USSR. Part of me thinks Putin wants to rebuild the Soviet Union. Part of me views him almost more like a Russian czar, a pre-Soviet sort of figure in the way he's going about this. I think the problem is that, right, the Soviet Union was based around a fundamentally flawed economic theory, and I think even Putin would admit that. Soviet-style communism is an unbelievably inefficient way to run a country. It's just very simple. So I think a better... see, that's the thing. Russia interprets NATO as an offensive alliance, but I can't blame them for thinking that based on the fact that in their history, right, they had the French, who allied with everyone to attack Russia when Napoleon was running the country. And then they had the Germans, who did the same thing with Finland in World War II, and the Germans who did the same thing with Austria-Hungary in World War I. Putin called the breaking up of the territories of the USSR as a fatal mistake.', because it weakened the Russian interest.
again, I think Putin is more important. I think Putin wants to create a Russian empire. I don't think Putin wants to restore Soviet-style communism. There is a differential there because it's about economics, right? Soviet-style communism doesn't work. Maxtus, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, we got into the discussion there, and I love that. Looks like we're kind of winding down here. I think what we're going to do is look for someone to raid. If there's anything else y'all would like to see me do, let me know. And then one other thing is, let me go ahead and go to my channel. One other thing is I will be back again with another workout tomorrow at 8 in the morning, and then probably just a Q&A stream on Sunday morning. Oh, Akrashi's going. Oh, we're going to raid Akrashi. Yay! I've been wanting to raid Akrashi for a minute. This is going to be fantastic, y'all. Stick around, stick around. Help us raid Akrashi. Akrashi's just wonderful. I really like Akrashi. He's we're gonna go with, let's see, yeah, we're gonna do this. Let's get the raid message up. So we're gonna do, let me make sure I actually get the channel name right because I fucked up on that yesterday. Yeah, alright, so Akrashi. So we're gonna raid Akrashi, and then we're gonna say raid, come on, raid message. Let's go mad respect acro, enjoy the raid. Alright, so that's the raid message. So get ready, y'all. We're gonna go give acro the raid. Just give it a moment. Here we go, y'all. Once again, I will be back 8 in the morning sharp, okay? Tomorrow morning. Hope to see y'all there. We will be doing leg day, so if y'all like leg day, get hyped. See y'all. If you like the Discord, check it out. Otherwise, you know, tell all your friends, and we'll continue getting better, continue improving, continue helping each other be the best we can. Let's go. Come on.